What's up, guys? It's JonCasey. In this episode of Morbid Shots, we talk about your experience at Slow as Sex. Have you ever had to take a break from dancing? And what was it like when you first joined the dance community? We're here today with the cast. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, Chris here, DJ Crisscross.
Anai.
JonCasey.
Cristina.
And Mike, Twerk Nasty. That's me.
So I got some questions for you guys. Have you ever been to Slow as Sex, and what are you looking forward to? Let's start off with Mike.
No, this is my first Slow as Sex I've ever been to, and I've heard a ton of great things about it, but never really been here. I've never been to Slow ever in general, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. It's a lot of cheap things here, like beverages that are way cheaper than back at home, so that's awesome, and there's the beach, so looking forward to it.
Awesome. Cristina, how about you?
No, it's my first Slow as Sex. I was kind of promoted a lot through Salsa Loca. It was a benefit of joining the club, so I'm here because of that. Thanks.
Anai?
This is my first time attending as well. So far, I think it's great. I'm thankful that a lot of my friends from the dancing community brought me out here. It's been a great experience and meeting new people and networking. It's been a lot of fun.
Okay. So it's my second year at Slow as Sex. I'm a bachatero, but I love this event because of the things we do. You guys will experience Park Day today if you haven't already, if it's not raining. That's one of my favorite things because you get to interact with people in the community outside of dance. So, what is Slow as Sex? Does anybody know?
No.
So some may consider it like a festival, but it's kind of more of a retreat, right? Because we're not here to take workshops and stuff like that. So there's not a lot of that pressure. You just come here to have fun and meet new people.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, all right. I don't know. How was that? This is weird hosting.
This is weird.
All right.
Keep going.
So next question I have for you guys is, have you guys had to take breaks from dancing because of other commitments? Chris?
I fell in love with dance. I just kept going with it and never thought of taking a break at all.
Cristina?
I've been dancing since I was really young. I'm Mexican, it's kind of in our blood. But I did stop dancing for about 5 years because of another commitment at the time. But I'm back, I'm better, and I'm willing to learn, so it's exciting.
Mike?
Unfortunately, I kind of took a little bit of a break. It's a very small, few months. For me, that's a long break.
I'm one of those that constantly takes breaks sporadically, comes around for few days, maybe a week, and then take a break for 2-3 months. I feel that I started dancing more Latin dancing 5 years ago, but since then I haven't been able to improve so much because of those breaks, and I feel like I just get very intimidated, I get shy, and I knew if I would have stuck to it more often, I would have improved a lot, and that's why I feel like I need to stick to it this time. My friends always encourage me, and I'm very grateful for that.
As for myself, I haven't really taken a break. I just see my friends getting better, and I want to better my dancing as well, so I'm kind of trying to keep raising the bar for everyone. So the next question is, what was your experience when you first joined the dance scene?
A couple weeks after I first went, I felt intimidated, but I knew I would come back to it. And once I came back to it, I just started enjoying watching people dance, having a good time, and seeing it grow, and seeing everybody with a smile on their face and having a great time just makes me feel good inside too.
Mike, shoot up for you.
It's again intimidating. I was a little intimidated when I first came out into the scene. I was not anywhere near where I thought I could be, as a new dancer. But because I wasn't also a social dancer, I was just on a team. So the only thing I knew was just what I learned. So it was even more intimidating for me to actually step out there and meet people, so I just never did. But it was awesome though.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it was super intimidating. Like I mentioned earlier, I took that break for 5 years. So when I came back, I had 2 left feet, And that's really hard when you're Latina because you're supposed to have like this Latin flavor in you, and I just, it's just, the hips don't lie. My hips did lie. So
They just seemed.
but I mean, I had great friends, or I have great friends like you guys. Salsa Loca again, like definitely like pushed me out there, and then my first taste of the grad, and I couldn't get enough, and here I am.
Nice.
Okay. My first experience, it was the same way. I was very intimidated, but at the same time, I fell so in love with it. I felt like it was something I had yearned for in high school. And in high school, I never had the opportunity to even dance until I came to Sac State. I randomly came across Salsa Loca when they were in the Redwood room. And I just stopped and I fell in love with it, and that's why I keep coming. Even though I keep taking breaks, I don't want to quit, and I keep coming around even though I have maybe other things going on in my life. I never stop coming around because it's just a huge passion and like a really, really good outlet. So
Awesome. Yeah, I remember when I first got on the dance scene, it was at the Davis Graduate, and I was super basic, like basic. Like, I didn't even know how to cross my lead, like just regular basic, right? And so I would see all these dancers do amazing things, and it was very intimidating, right? You're like, man, like I want to be as good as that person. But dancing is not a spectator sport, so to get better, you just gotta get out there.
Just gotta keep going.
All right. So when you guys first started dancing, obviously there's the connection that you have when you dance, right?
Yes.
And it's not like you're 10 feet away from each other when you're dancing. So how was that connection for you guys? I'll start off with Chris.
At first, I was pretty much nervous. That's a good word. Nervous. I was like basic, and that's all I did from my first connection with a dance partner. Yeah, social dancing it just ended up becoming something new to me that I ended up embracing and pretty much making better of it.
Cristina.
I didn't have a problem with it at all. I mean, like I said, I come dominantly from banda, and banda you have to be like, chest to chest, like my head's touching your head or your chin because I'm short. Sorry. But, I mean, I didn't have a problem with it at all. I know when I got introduced to Kizomba, I loved it. I mean, I was part of that whole like first wave of like reggaeton, and it was just like, on and popping, and here comes like kind of like a branch off of it, not really, but it's kind of similar to it, with the body rolls, with how close you are to someone, only instead of, I'm not grinding on nobody, I'm like, like, hey, what's up? What's your name? Not really. But, I mean, I didn't have a problem with it. Some people may misinterpret that body language. They might think like, oh, she likes me, but I don't. I'm just very comfortable. And I hope you feel comfortable with me too. Body roll.
All right, buddy.
Actually, originally I was perfectly fine with it, but the problem was I was too okay with it. I came from, throughout high school, I loved to dance. Like, I was the ratchet music, I was dancing all the time. So I was always next to somebody.
I can see that.
So, okay.
Twerk nasty.
Yeah, twerk nasty. But so when I started doing that close embrace, I kind of was too close originally. I was just getting too, like, I just do body rolls out of nowhere, and it just got too much. So I was like, I gotta calm it down.
Too much hype.
Simmer down. I gotta simmer down.
That's
So, I was comfortable with it, but I just made it super awkward all the time. So I had to like realize that there's a time and a place to do certain things. So I got over it. Now I'm better now. Body rolls all the time.
Can't roll my R's, but I can roll my
Body
body.
I loved it too. I was very shy, but the thought of it, of someone actually putting an effort to make it look sensual the way that bachata is supposed to be, because I love bachata, that was my first love. And I've seen, obviously before that, I've never danced it before, but I've seen couples dance and I absolutely loved it because that's what made it look like you were just into it and passion. So I loved it. I felt comfortable as long as, the guy was being a creeper. You can kind of, tell
My bad.
right away. Unlike mine. But no, it was a lot of fun. I loved getting into it because it helped me practice just letting go and just committing fully to it. And that's what I enjoyed a lot. I enjoyed it a lot.
Right. One of the reasons I really like bachata is like you can be close, but you can also be open.
Mm-hmm.
Dancing with a partner, it's a partner dance, so I feel like I like to be close to my partner sometimes, but you know, you gotta get some space sometimes. So I like the variation between that, and it's one of my favorite things about bachata. So yeah. So the last question I have for you guys is, how has the dance scene changed since you first started? Start with Mike.
You know, it's changed. It's hard to say for me personally because I changed in terms of a lot of the people who I was like around. So I've lately met a lot more, you know, bachateros and stuff, and really kind of changed my outlook on everything. You know, I was more salsa before, and I still love salsa to this day. It's like it's still going to be it's where I started. But in overall, how it's changed, it's just I don't know. It's just a lot more urban style with everything. I feel I like the music. I've noticed a lot of the music is starting to lean more towards, you know, at least in the bachata scene, it's definitely more remixes, like a lot more remixes and stuff. Not as much traditional music, and I'm seeing a lot more, you know, college people now, which is awesome. Like,
I remember when I first started dancing as well, bachata was relatively new, and so Miguel played a Prince Royce track, and there was nobody dancing because everything was like salsa, you know, and so people were like, what is this dance? And then honestly in the beginning I was like, I don't really like bachata, it's weird, like you move left and right, but I fell in love with it when I really started listening to the music. So how's it changed for you in the scene?
I guess it came to be something a lot bigger. Now I describe it as a Latin dancing community, and not just that, just it being composed of a lot of people and friends that you can connect with and have a passion with. When before I saw it as just a club, as just a hobby, and it wasn't very big. And now I realize that it is something bigger. It is something that I can go for, and it's really great to be a part of, and really, really recommend it to anybody to try it.
So Chris?
I was paying attention to what she was saying. I mean, but the community in the bachata scene has grown to a point where it's being demanded more and more and more. And me loving bachata, I don't mind at all. I'm for it. But there is definitely tons of new dancers, how we came in and how we've experienced it. I'm now seeing many other new dancers see it from their perspective now, where they're asking questions or they're feeling intimidated.
Can I add on something to that?
Yeah.
I wanted to say it's more diverse. It's very cultural, very different, so many different backgrounds and ethnicities, and I think that's just so great because that's how you can connect through one passion. It's just awesome. I know that's my perspective.
Cristina?
Well, for me, it's changed drastically. I mean, I came from dominantly like all banda and cumbia, and you know, quinceañeras, like we just do merengue. And I remember the first time I heard bachata, I was like 15 years old, and what was his name? I think his name was Kevin. He was playing like some Aventura song, and he's like dancing it, and we're all looking at him like, what are you doing? Like, we're 15 years old, like, you know, we're trying to get hypey with it, you know, like, we're just trying to dance some Selena, you know, we're just like, who's Aventura? Now I listen to more bachata, but, you know, like, it's traditional, but we don't dance it. At least me and my friends, we don't dance it. We just listen to it. We enjoy the music. And, you know, I moved out here, I got involved with Salsa Loca, I went to the grad, I met you guys, and it's just like, I'm a bachatera in training. I mean, it's just there, man. The family you make, the community that's involved, it's amazing. All the benefits, all the love that you get from this community. Because it's not just a community, it's a family.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Get your coffee.
So I think it's, to the new viewers and the people who are interested in the Latin dancing, you can see like how much support that we have here. And, you know, don't be afraid to ask us questions if you ever have any. Reach out to us.
Don't be shy.
Dance with us, please.
Yes.
That's what we want.
Yes.
Ask us to dance. Don't be intimidated.
Yeah, can I add one more thing?
What?
To what John just said?
What?
Yeah.
So, as you were saying, like, yeah, you can be close, you can be apart. One thing that I learned when it came to actually being partnered with someone is making them smile. Make a silly face. Don't be too serious. And I was doing that last night, and it was all smiles. So, coming from being nervous to being the silly goose now, it actually helps.
I don't know about being silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Serious the whole time.
It's all about having
I'll-
fun.
I never laugh.
That's
I love it. I
Yes,
laugh all the
you do.
time.
I don't smile.
When I don't even think they're trying to be funny, I'm still.
I make you body roll.
I feel like body roll.
Like with Roman, I start doing like the jumping jacks.
Yeah. You got a body roll, do the rock look that.
That would
I
make me
can't, I
laugh.
can't, I can't do the eye, but you know.
This serious over here.
I laugh at everything. That's a problem. I feel bad because I hope people don't get offended. I'm just like, I just laugh because I find it humorous.
Like, that's me, real like, folks. It's like,
I'm always laughing. I'm always smiling.